Well, kidnapping charges have been officially dismissed. We've also issued a statement to the press that you've been fully exonerated.
And surprise, I'm alive. So, what next?
Well, it's all over. You're free to go.
Alexander may be free, but this is far from over, Abe.
Please, let me finish. Lexi didn't kidnap Hope. Neither one of them are dead. Which means that Bo didn't kill Lexi, so Bo didn't belong in jail. So Bo didn't break out of jail. I mean, that's all I know for now. At least it's just a guess, because you have yet to tell me what you know, and apparently known for quite some time.
Okay. There's one more very important thing that you need to know.
Well, it's like I told you that night, Shane.
Billy, you're alive.
Roman? Was Hope admitted to the hospital?
Can we see her?
Roman, can you see
Hey,
now?
Hope is fine. Doctors are checking her out. She's alert. She's talking. No complaints, except she's got to stay in a hospital bed till she gets a clean bill of health.
Yeah, so what are you two doing down here?
Well, Bo and Sean took Zach to see Hope. The doctor didn't want her to be overwhelmed with visitors.
Yes, well, we certainly can be overwhelming.
True. But we're glad to have her have time by herself with her guys.
You know, pacing the halls of this hospital and just waiting for the moment when I can put my arms around my daughter, it just feels like, this just feels like the day she was born.
Mom!
Oh,
Hey, look who it is.
hey, Zach.
Look who it is.
Thanks, Doctor. Appreciate it.
Dr. Lee,
I wanted to get her out of here before you tried to convince her to release you.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine.
Oh, yeah, you know better than the doctor.
What did she say to you?
She's gonna wait for your blood work to come back, and then maybe she'll release you today.
Oh, thank you, God. And thank you. You never gave up on me. I know you didn't.
I knew you would.
Are you hungry? You want to get something to eat? You want a vending machine? Vending machine. Here we go.
Wait, just 1 second. Your mother's home. I'm home. See? No more cookies for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Real food?
Real food.
Real food.
Hey,
real food.
Hey, wait a minute. You guys had real food. I made oatmeal.
Oatmeal. Yeah, real food.
Yeah, we took very good care of each other.
Yes. Yes, we did. Hey, bud, listen, before we go, gotta learn this early. Give your mother a kiss.
Kiss from Mommy. I love you, honey. I love you. Gosh, it's good to be home.
I love you.
I love you too, sweetie.
You know, you've been through an emotional ringer. It's gonna take some time to get through this, but you gotta believe it's gonna be okay.
Yeah. It's you I'm worried about. I didn't want to get into this in front of Sean, but... Well, Lexi. Everyone thought that she had me killed. And she was innocent. And now she's dead, and you'll have to go to trial.
No, that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you thought that
What do you
she
mean
was...
I thought? Larry showed me the newspaper. Lexi's funeral is today.
No. She's alive. I didn't kill her. Oh.
Tony, I'm so glad you're back.
What are you doing here? I thought you'd be home.
Know this, Abe, that you have finished taking advantage of my sister.
As you'll recall, it was Lexi's idea to help.
Because contrary to popular belief, she does care about Hope Brady. Though her husband in the Net Police force which he commands falsely accused her of kidnapping and murder. Where Hope was beatified in the press, my sister was vilified. But tell me, does your monumental press release include an apology? Of course not. Immaterial, I suppose, being that words and sentiments couldn't possibly repair the damage that's been done. But I could imagine a hefty settlement might go the distance in preventing such injustices in the future.
You're suing the department?
No, no, no. Tony, look, I know you want to help me, and I appreciate it, but I can handle this my way, okay?
Tell me you're not going to let them get away with what they've done. The police department, its leadership. Do you want another innocent person to suffer the way you have?
Tony, look, I love you, okay? You believed in me when almost everyone turned away. And I know that you're right. But, look, it's not a fight I can make right now. I can't stand to see my face plastered on the front page of any more newspapers, Tony. If I'm going to recover, if I'm going to get my life back, then I need peace and quiet.
Well, we still have recourse if you change your mind later.
Okay. Look, if you don't mind, I need a moment alone with Abe. Please.
Fine. I'll wait for you outside.
Okay.
Thank you. Everything that's happened has been such a whirlwind. So many things to take care of. This is really the first chance that we've gotten to talk.
Okay, Abe, look, you've already thanked me and you've already told me that you're sorry. So now it's my turn to talk. And this time you are going to take what I say very seriously. You believe that I was guilty of murder. You were ready to just send me to prison for the rest of my life.
Lexi, I was wrong.
No, I was wrong. I was wrong to ever believe that you really loved me. I worked with you to free Hope. But that's the end of it. It's the end of us. I don't want anything else to do with you, Abe. For the rest of my life.
Lexi's alive?
Yes.
Am I really as confused as I feel all of a sudden?
No, it's a whole long story that I have to tell
Well,
you.
you've got a captive gosh, I've been a captive audience for every kind of ugliness and madness, Brady.
You know what? We'll do this later. We'll let you rest.
No,
right
wait
now.
a minute. What you have to say is something that I need and want to hear, please.
Okay. When we found out that you and Zach had been kidnapped, Lexi, of course, was our first suspect. We put a tail on her. Abe questioned her a couple of times. Then finally she came forward with your flight itinerary and your wallet.
Oh, my God.
She said that they had been planted on her, but Halloween night, we found her in Salem Place with Zach in her arms.
Well, thank God you're here.
Hand over my son. And where's my wife?
Look, I know how this looks, okay, but I didn't take him, I swear. I found him just a minute ago. I heard him crying for his mommy, and Abe, you know that I'm being framed. You know I didn't do this. Please tell me you believe me.
Larry knew no one would believe Lexi. He told me he set her up. The perfect suspect, he said.
He admitted that?
Oh, yes.
Oh. Did he also tell you that he made sure we found your sweater with your blood on it?
Oh, my God. Oh, you must have thought.
Yeah. And then We found that goodbye letter that you wrote.
Larry made me write it.
Yeah. Well, I figured you'd take that opportunity to try to get some kind of a message across to me. And that you obviously had to be careful doing it.
Yeah, very. I was almost afraid that I was so subtle that even you wouldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I read that letter over and over again.
Oh, Bo.
And then Victor came to me. Said that his man, Nico, had found your jewelry in a pawn shop. The man who had sold it to them got it off the body of a dead woman. But I knew you weren't dead. Because I would have felt it. So, I went back to the letter. I'm comforted, even now, by all those special memories of how we fell in love as children. How we kept that love alive no matter how people or circumstances tried to separate us. How we always felt that love across time and space. How we will continue to feel our love even after death. Fancy face, where is it? How we fell in love. How we will continue to feel our... How we... Oh my God. Howie Hofstetter. Oh, no. Larry Welch.
So you did figure out it was Larry?
But we needed more proof.
But Larry Welch is in prison.
No, Abe, he's not. I made some calls. I don't know how he kept it out of the press, but he was released over a year ago. I called his parole officer, hadn't heard from Larry in a while, until Larry called and said he was on family vacation. The PO made a note of the number on his caller ID. Hotel in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Check the date.
It's the same date that Hope and Zach were kidnapped.
You got that right.
It wasn't Lexi. It was Larry Welch.
That's how we knew it was Welch.
But why did you have to pretend that Lexi was dead?
I'm getting there. When I figured out it was Larry, we got a lead from an unexpected source. Billy Reed.
Shane already started the interrogation if you want to compare notes with him first.
Well, Billy, I'm not really here to interrogate you. You see, I don't see the use in listening to any more of your lies. I know exactly why you hooked up with Larry Welch. The real reason.
Billy claims Larry convinced her he was ISA and that he recruited her to work on this mission with him.
Yeah, so she could kidnap me.
She swears she didn't know anything about what he did to you and Zach.
That is not true. She was there, Brady. I saw her meeting with Larry at the warehouse, and later he even told me they were working together to keep me hostage. He didn't have any reason to lie to me. Who was I going to tell? As far as he was concerned, I was never going to see another person.
I hear what you're saying, but after the mistake I made with Lexi, I don't want to jump to any conclusions. And there is a lot of evidence against Billy, yes. I promise you, justice will be served.
Tell me the rest.
Shane cornered Billy, and she told him all about this ISA thing, and he knew right away it was a setup. But Larry shot Billy before she could ID him. And right around that time is when I figured out that Larry's the one who kidnapped you. And knowing that cocky slime the way we do, I figured that if he thought he'd won, he'd come out from under his rock, and that's when we'd nab him. So I decided to stage something very dramatic to make sure that he was convinced.
That's right. So, Bo came to my jail cell and asked for permission to kill me. I know you probably don't want me here, but I have to see you with my own eyes. Make sure you're all right.
Lexi, I'm I'm so sorry. So sorry for what Larry did to you.
Thank you. Look, this has been very difficult for all of us. But when Abe and Bo came to me that day, I knew what I had to do.
I don't understand why you won't believe me, Abe. I've told you again and again that I'm innocent. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be anywhere near me. Abe.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
There's a restraining order against you. Guard!
It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm sorry I ever did. I'm sorry for everything. It's okay. Abe and I know you didn't kidnap Zach or kill Hope. We believe she's alive.
I was so desperate, Hope. I was already planning to break out of jail and leave Salem forever. Abe found out. He overheard something I said, and he decided that it was the best thing for us to go through with the escape.
Lexi and I were the only ones who were a danger to Larry. You know, the only ones who would want to figure this whole thing out and go after him. So with Lexi dead and me in prison, he would know that we bought his frame up and that he was home free.
And certainly no one would have any trouble believing that Bo murdered me. After all, he'd already tried to strangle me earlier that day.
Oh, my God.
Lexi, I'm sorry.
Regrets? Bo, I have those too, believe me. I know why you thought I was guilty. I've done some things to you and Hope that were unforgivable, too. Look, I know I can't make any of it up to you, but I did want to do what I could to make sure that you and Zach were okay.
Who else knew? Abe, Roman?
Yeah, Shane. We wanted to make this thing look as real as possible, so anytime any one of us was in public, we played our parts as convincingly as we could. Craig Wesley was in on it from the time Billy was checked into the trauma center. He also made sure no one came into contact with Lexi after he pronounced her dead. There were all these reporters who saw me get arrested and watched Lexi's body get taken to the morgue.
Oh, my God, don't tell me she's been at the morgue all this time.
No. Abe and Celeste smuggled her out, took her to a safe house until I found you.
I gotta say, I believed it. All of it. And so did Larry. How can I ever thank you?
Zach needed his mother. He needed you with him.
We all know the truth, Billy. You hooked up with Larry Welch to help kidnap Hope to get her out of the way so Bo would be free.
How can you even say that to me? I didn't even know the man was Larry Welch. I didn't even know who Larry Welch was until Shane told me yesterday.
You see, we couldn't figure it out. Couldn't figure out why you were so damn determined to stay on a case that you weren't assigned to, and why all these clues kept popping up in your hot little hands. You gave up Larry Welch to save your own hide, but it's too late for that.
What do you mean?
You know what, Billy? I was so willing to go out on a limb for you. In fact, I thought you had the makings of a pretty good cop. But how many chances do you think you deserve? Well, no more. Not in your lifetime. You're going down for this one.
When Billy gave up Welch, Roman got me out of jail. We went to that warehouse and found the room that Larry kept you in. And that date. There was something else, but we couldn't figure out what it was.
Well, Larry found what I wrote and made me scratch it out, but I did manage to scratch in a date. I was just so afraid you wouldn't find it.
Someone was watching over us.
Oh, absolutely, Brady. Oh, God, no. All those husbands who don't remember anniversaries, birthdays, very important dates. I was so appreciative that you weren't one of them. I just didn't realize that my life would depend on it.
The date you and I and Sean D took off to sail around the world, when I saw that, I knew exactly what you wanted me to know. That Larry was taking you off by boat.
Thank God you got to that dock on time, Brady. You were brave. All of you.
Hey.
My family. Always thinking big, aren't you?
Speaking of big, there's about 50 people in the waiting room who are very anxious to see you.
Well, I'm very anxious to see them, too. Let's go.
So the plan to smoke out Welch was Beau's idea. The police were in on it, the ISA, you, Craig Wesley, who else? Alice Horton?
Everybody in this room, Jack. They all knew.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, I'm next.
Me, Maggie. Oh, you're so darling. I'm overjoyed.
Thank you.
I'm next.
Hi. Hey, Jennifer. Honey, how are you? Hey, thanks, Jack. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. Good to see you.
Mom also wanted to say hello
Hi,
again.
sweetheart. Oh, mommy loves you. Mwah, you too.
Let me squeeze in here. Thank you. Hey,
God, Shane!
remember me?
Thank you. Thank you
So
for
good to see
everything.
you. Oh,
Good to
you're
see
more
you.
than welcome.
Thank
and look,
you.
Look who we have here.
Grant. There's so many things I want to say to you right now, but the only words going through my head are, I love you. All of you. I love you.
All of you. We love you, too.
What more is there to say? You've said it all. We love you. Our hope. Welcome home.
Thanks, Grant.
Thanks.
Hey, Mommy's home.
Beau told me you were all part of this, that you all, yes, honey, that you all work together to bring me home. You're the best. The absolute best family.
Of course we are.
And friends.
Cool.
Well, Hope, I think you're right. We obviously are the best.
Well, you got singers, you got dancers, and who knew you had actors, too? Oh, yeah. Well, we can say it with a smile now, but that was an awful night when Beau called us together at the pub.
I have some bad news about Hope. Shane, Abe, Roman, and I, we wish there was an easier, less painful way to do this, but there isn't. And it's not what you're thinking. But before I go any further, I want you to take a look around the room. Because nobody outside this room can know what I'm about to tell you. No one. No exceptions. Hope's life depends on it.
Wait, alive? Beau, are you saying she's alive?
Jennifer's aware of some very disturbing evidence that we recently received. Evidence that was meant to make us believe Hope had been killed. But now we know that evidence was an attempt to frame someone for murder. Lexi Carver. But Lexi Carver is innocent. Hope was kidnapped by and is being held by Larry Welch.
Larry Welch?
He was recently released from prison.
After 20 years, I mean, he's not a stupid man. Why would he go right back out, commit another heinous crime?
Revenge.
Oof, to do something like that, he'd have to be absolutely out of it.
Insane.
The good news is we know the truth. Larry doesn't know that we know, so that gives us the upper hand. A chain of events has already been set in motion, but we need your help for the follow-through.
Just tell us what we can do, Bo.
In order to reel that scum Welch in, we have to make the outside world believe that we have accepted Hope is gone. In reality, we will never accept that. While all of us are publicly mourning, privately, together, we're doing everything we can to bring Hope home.
How can I ever thank you?
No. We're the ones who had to thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
For hanging on and being brave and helping us find you.
You gave me so many reasons to hang on. No matter what I've just been through, I can't help thinking just how lucky I am.
We're the lucky ones. We're glad you're home. Do you want to leave again?
What does that mean I'm going down?
I just got a call from Internal Affairs. You have been suspended indefinitely from the force, pending an investigation.
I see.
And I have been in contact with the DA. You see, Billy, we're gathering evidence to bring criminal charges against you. Kidnapping is a federal offense. I'm sure you learned that when you were playing cop at the police academy. You know, at least you'll be an ex-policeman by the time you get to prison. Of course, unfortunately, one of the very few things prisoners hate worse than a cop is a crooked cop. You thought you should make my family's life hell. How do you like yours now?
You all right?
Yeah, I just, need a moment, okay? I can't go back yet. It's been so long since I've been outside, fresh air.
I understand. Take all the time you need. I'll just wait for you in the car. All right?
Yeah.
You all right, Lex?
What do you think? And you're not helping.
You know, it might help if we talk.
You can talk to my lawyer, Abe.
What do you mean?
I'm not contesting the divorce. In fact, I'm expediting it. And I'm excising you from my life. Goodbye.
Excuse me? Is there a Hope Brady somewhere in this happy crowd?
Oh, she's around here someplace. See if we can find her.
Right here. I bet when you said 2 visitors in her room at a time, this isn't exactly what you had in mind.
Somehow I think Hope might actually find herself getting more rest at home.
Home? Did she just say home?
Yes, she did.
Oh, your blood work looks great. All we need are your discharge papers and you're good to go.
Oh!
You're welcome. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Doc.
And thank you so much for offering to host Thanksgiving at Tuscany this year. Thank you, Maggie.
Oh, I'm just so happy you agreed to let me. Especially everybody will pitch in and we're gonna have such fun.
Yes, and lots of good food.
Oh, Sean brought you some clothes to change into so you can get home and stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, if she's gonna change, we're gonna change.
Okay,
And we're gonna feel it.
I'll see you well. Okay, I'll see
Have
you.
cranberry sauce.
Oh, I love cranberry sauce.
I'll see you there, Fran, okay?
Yes, dear.
Don't forget the donuts.
She looks great. She's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, I know it's Thanksgiving and maybe I'm being extra sappy, but we've been given something very special with our families. Sean, we had the Salem PD, the ISA, all this great detective work, but there was one thing that brought your mom back. Mrs. Horton was right. It was love.
When is the last time you slept? Huh? You sure you're up for this big Thanksgiving celebration?
Are you kidding me, Brady? I have been so lonely. I would actually dream at night that all of you would have Thanksgiving without me. I almost feel like this could be a dream. Pray that I could find myself back in that room with Larry again.
No. You're not dreaming. You're in my arms. And Larry's gone. He's never coming back. He will never hurt you again.